My name is Robyn Rennie and I live in Orillia, Ontario. I'm a visual artist with a visual impairment. I've always been an artist, but I haven't always been visually impaired. In my 20s and 30s, I enjoyed success with my art, but I really wanted to be a teacher. So I went back to school, and in 2005, I graduated with a degree in cultural studies. And 5 days after I was accepted into the Bachelor of Education program, I became acutely ill. And within less than a week, I was completely blind, and it changed my world forever. With treatment, my optic nerve began to recover, but over the next 6 months, it became clear that the connection between my eyes and my brain was profoundly and irreversibly damaged. I had worked so hard and come so close to achieving my goal, only to have it ripped away virtually overnight, and it was devastating, and I became extremely depressed. I eventually accepted that I wasn't going to have my own classroom, and I returned to my art to help me navigate my new world, only to find out that it had changed forever as well. Before my vision loss, I was a highly detailed representational painter, and now I can't draw accurately. I have too many blind spots. I was forced to find a new way to paint. I adapted to my visual disability by developing an abstract style of painting. When I changed my goals by changing my desires, I was able to grow and achieve even more than I ever had before. I still look to the natural world for inspiration for my art, but visual impairment has freed me from that highly detailed, controlled way of painting. I use the same acrylic mediums and grounds and paints that I did before, but now I use them to challenge popular assumptions about sight. My abstract work questions the visual in visual art by evoking other senses. For example, I want the viewer to be able to visually experience what we rationally know about colors by thinking about how they might taste, sound, smell, or even feel. I love using interference, iridescent, and metallic paint colors in combination with texture to express the ephemeral quality of an experience. This play between color and light not only represents, to some extent, how I now visually experience my world, but it also represents how there are multifaceted layers to truth, and how opinions can change with even the slightest change in point of view. Once I became comfortable and confident in my new style, I began to show my work again. Astrophysicist Matt Russo was developing a planetarium show that would be accessible to people with visual impairments, and he invited me to come and see his first show and give him feedback. Sharing that experience with my family inspired me to create a painting I called Myth. After Myth was featured in North Simcoe Life magazine, the Dunlap Institute collaborated with me to use the image of Myth in their promotional material for their finished production. This show, which is called Our Musical Universe, has already become the most popular show that the Dunlap Institute has ever created. It's interesting that visual art is being used in collaboration with a program that's designed to be inclusive for people with visual disabilities. Being part of this shared experience between fully sighted people and people with vision issues is one of my most satisfying moments as an artist, because I believe it's these shared experiences that have the most value in life. Science and art are not usually thought of as being interconnected, but bringing the two together has resulted in a more powerful collective experience. Going forward, I want more opportunities to demonstrate that sight is not the only sense that we should value for sensory and aesthetic experience. And I know my art can do that.